Welcome back to another episode of Extreme. My name is Zach.
My name is Joey.
And my name's Adam.
And this is a podcast where we dig deep on your favorite video games. And we're moving on to a new game this week.
What is it? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, I mean, we've had our good friend and definitely welcome good friend Adam Furman from Space here for a few episodes now. But he has been talking to me in private about how he's really homesick and wants to go visit his people back in space.
I just want to get on back home to visit everybody in outer space.
That's so sweet.
And us being the good friends that we are, have decided that in the spirit of this, since we're not astrophysicists or have any way of getting to actual space,
wait,
What?
Oh wait, I forgot to tell you that part.
You actually help.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that part. But we can do you one better, and we'll talk about this game, Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's 5 seconds, so we can't sing anymore or we're gonna get sued.
Nice, that was some pretty good timing. I think that it was exactly 5 seconds of it.
That was beautiful. Well done. So,
wait, can we just sing different 5-second portions of it throughout the episode?
I mean,
or does that count as
physically
infringement?
Physically, I can't stop you because you're in a very different location than me. But I think for the continuity and pleasurability of our listeners, they may not appreciate it. Then again, maybe they do. I don't know. I'm not them.
Well, ask your parents.
Well,
they're a listener.
Okay.
So let's talk about Star Fox.
This is winter. Is it okay?
Let's talk about Star Fox. So, released in North America on June 30th, 1997, published by Nintendo, and developed by, that's right, Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Nintendo. I'm just kidding. It was produced and developed by Nintendo. This is a very, 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 very fun game.
Oh, it's obviously a classic. We all know this.
Can we take a second and just emphasize the amount of fun this game has?
I think we may need a few more varies in there.
Let's put another vary.
Okay.
Let's throw in a barrel roll.
Oh yeah, because that's original.
Right. I don't think I know any.
But maybe some drilling sound effects in the background or something,
Yeah, just to really hammer it home and drill it into you. That is so much fun.
Oh yeah,
and there's definitely not construction going on.
No. I mean, but that's what happens when you rent a space in a space apartment.
Space apartment. There's always construction going on in space. It's so loud in space.
Right. There's not too much space in New York City, but, the space that we do have has a lot of construction.
Space New York City.
Space New York City. Oh, wow.
That's fun. Louder. That's all the funness in one.
Right.
Well, hopefully Paul can remove some of those sounds. Either way.
Why?
Let's talk a little bit about...
accent them.
Let's talk a little bit about intro in the game here. Let's talk about the game itself. Right off the bat, honestly, I think it's trying to go for some kind of space opera vibe.
Yeah,
like a space drama.
Definitely
like
just
space western.
Takes 100% of its influence from Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Even the way the text comes up. I mean, it doesn't do stereotypical all that. But it has it's just a straight up space background with bold white font on top that just says Star Fox. It's trying to be a really serious space drama about animals in space fighting each other.
And then you have the ship, which looks exactly like the one from Star Wars. Almost.
I mean, there's so many Star Wars influences. Your head's gonna explode trying to capture them all. But it's okay. So let's move a little bit further into this intro. You're right. So it shows a little snippet of the story where, you know, someone named Andros is trying to take over the planet Corneria. This is even before you actually start the game. And, holy shit. We gotta move you out of your space apartment, my dude.
I was trying to mute the drilling noises, but
you are
this fucking space apartment.
Space apartments are really loud.
I'm gonna talk to my space landlord.
Everybody says,
hold on, let me.
Yeah, go talk to your space landlord.
Excuse me. Oh, holy shit! It's Andros.
Why do you rent from Andros? You knew that was a bad idea.
Oh man, why am I renting for this guy?
Well, I mean, maybe he got you.
I think he's just going to ruin the podcast. Yeah, he does. I mean, have you seen the shit he's been building though?
I mean,
yeah, he's probably got like slave workers and shit. You know, he's efficient.
Well, I mean, they're robots. Most
not
of them.
Inefficient. No,
except for that one bio weapon and that middle fiery planet. But you know what? That guy's been a good roommate. He's been pretty courteous.
By the way, so talking about like the intro here with, you know, Andros doing his thing.
Yes. Is that what we're talking about?
There's this beautiful score that underscores everything here in the beginning. Just this fucking music is gorgeous, and I love it so much. I mean, made in part, you know, by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Koji Kondo, and also co-composed by Hajime Wakai. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I feel like it did a pretty good job.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I feel like sounds delicious.
It's kind of got, again, like along the Star Wars vibe, I'm noticing like a John Williams-ish kind of like vibe to the score.
Yeah. Similar kind of Star Wars vibe.
So, like, you have the Star Wars text, you have the Star Wars backgrounds, you have the Star Wars setup, you have the Star Wars style music, and then you get into the actual title screen, and then you can move around the 64 and their heads bob around like fucking bobbing dolls.
And it's amazing.
So I have no idea what kind of tonal whiplash this is, but like, holy shit, guys.
Either way, it's perfect.
It's great, because they're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm watching a very serious movie, and then tonal whiplash of ragdolls watching a 64 move around. It's just it's kind of hilarious, honestly.
I can't believe you think they ripped off Star Wars with Star Fox.
They didn't rip it off.
I don't see where it's coming from. I mean, the ships are completely different.
You're right.
Star Wars, you have the X-Wing. Star Fox, you have the R-Wing.
True.
You're right. Yeah, they're completely different.
I don't see any similarity.
No, you're right. And,
whatsoever.
You know, Venom doesn't look anything like a green Death Star.
Nope,
not at all. Definitely not.
I don't buy it.
Not a thing.
You definitely don't fly down a narrow hallway to blow something up in the middle of it.
Oh, no. Oh, I didn't get to that part last night.
Oh, no, never mind. We're jumping way too far. Quick, we need to rewind because we're just in the intro.
Dude, you know what happened last night? I was, like, playing for a while. Like, Julia was, like, out with her friends. And she comes home, and I'm just viciously trying to, like, beat this, like, one level. And she's like, I've been trying to talk to you for, like, 5 minutes. You haven't even looked up at me.
You're just like, what?
She's like, you're addicted. You have a video game addiction.
This sounds like high school.
It does.
This sounds like I'm at home right now and just being yelled at by my parents.
I was just like, oh my God. Like, I have a problem with Star Fox. Like, it's coming back to me about how into this shit I got.
A problem?
This really
or
is an
are you
addicting
just
game.
like, this is just such a great game?
I think it's like one of the best like N64 games for sure.
Oh my God, how did I forget this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this revolutionary product that was also packaged along it when it was being sold. How could I fucking forget to talk about the goddamn Rumble Pack?
Oh shit.
Forgot about that.
It was sold with the game, and it was one of the main selling features is that you feel every hit in the controller.
That was that was huge.
Zach loves a good vibrator.
That was the coolest shit. All it did was it was ostensibly a stick that vibrated. But I mean,
it was amazing.
In 1997, feeling that kind of feedback when you're like shooting or getting shot at added so much more immersion to the game.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And then you just like put it on your dick. Idea.
And then what?
Let's go into that, Joey. Let's talk about your first experience with the Rumble Pack.
Just, like,
God.
Put it on your...
No, quick, we're gonna cut to a commercial
Put it up
before anybody has to hear about this. Quick, Paul, save us with a commercial.
All right. Let's return to base.
Welcome back to another episode of Craigslist Missed Connections. This time in space. Coast. Today's post. Long blonde hair estate sale on pineapple. You followed us up the wrong door on Friday. I accused you of following me. I just have to say, you are breathtakingly beautiful. Post ID 6953184871. And welcome back.
Do a barrel!
God.
Do a barrel!
God.
Do a barrel!
Wait, hey,
I just said you could do better than saying 10-year-old memes. And then you just did it anyway.
I know. I just did it.
What are
you gonna do about it?
I thought better of you, but apparently
it's space. It's space, Zach. You can't touch my hair.
Well, there is space law. There's also
there's no space law against barrel roll.
Yeah, there should be.
Yep. Let's
I mean, there's not a rule in the book that says dogs can't play basketball. So, I mean, you got me there.
Wait, was that a Clone High?
Nope, that was an Air Bud reference.
No, Air Bud.
Dingus.
Clone High was the giraffe.
Anyway, we're back talking about Star Fox. So, let's jump into the story because we haven't even fucking gotten to the first stage yet. So, I'm gonna need a little bit of space music to kind of set the mood here while I read the story prologue from the instruction booklet.
Oh, do you want any drilling in the background for that?
Obviously.
Maybe.
Why not? I think that
would add a beautiful little layer to the music.
It'll be catchy.
It's beautiful. All right, so let me cue up the music here, gentlemen. If you will help me out, assist me, give me some beautiful background tones. This is lovely. Just gonna take a sip of my water whiskey. The Lilat System. This small group of planets enjoyed years of prosperity. The inhabitants lived in peace. That is, until Andros came into view. Andros was born and raised on Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat System, and grew to be a brilliant scientist. Dr. Andros had been focusing all his time and energy researching biotechnology. But since Corneria was a peaceful planet, this research went in vain. Over time, his mind became twisted and his morals demented. Andros went mad. One day, a weapon secretly developed by Andros was unleashed on the residents of Corneria. Andros had turned his back on his homeland. Corneria's major cities were damaged. Luckily, Andros was captured by General Pepper, charged with treason, and exiled to planet Venom. 5 years later, reports from Corneria's observation station had confirmed disturbing activity from Venom. General Pepper sent 3 members of the Star Fox team, James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare, to investigate. When they arrived at Venom, Pigma betrayed his teammates and turned them over to his new master, Andross. Peppy barely managed to escape and returned home to report on McCloud's fate to his son, Fox. Consumed with hatred, Andross declared war on the Lilat system. Slowly, Andross had taken control of planet by planet. Now, Andross is advancing on Corneria. General Pepper knows that Corneria's army alone cannot stop Andross. In his hour of need, he has turned to the new Star Fox team to save Corneria and free Lilat from Andross's evil clutches. That was beautiful. Also, the music really just went all over the place. It was very tonal shift. There was
who knows what that sounded like.
That was a really long intro.
That was from the instruction booklet. So the intro in the game though is, if I'm gonna paraphrase, Andross is fucking shit up, gets banished to Venom, Andross starts shit on Venom, OG Star Fox is destroyed because Pigma's a traitor as fuck, Andross wants all of Lilat, new Star Fox, go get him, boys. There we go.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? You can sum that up real nice. Okay, but we're nearly 18 minutes in. Let's talk about...
I know, the instruction booklet just took up like 40 minutes of that.
Well, it's not my fault. I didn't write the darn thing. The darn
But you
thing.
you read it.
Yeah, because we dig deep on this
back
podcast.
To this
Have you listened to any of our episodes?
Yeah.
No, Zach. No.
Speaking of our episodes...
I've been dealing with all this space construction.
Speaking of our episodes, let's jump into Corneria.
Yeah.
Actually, before we do that, I want to take a quick break.
Oh. Okay.
Right now.
Fine.
Oh.
Sponsored by that weird-looking flashlight in the back of your husband's sock drawer. Remember, folks, clean before microwaving. Husband's flashlight in the sock drawer.
Oh, in the sock drawer. And we're back.
Do barrel!
Adam, you know what's so fantastic, actually? You know how before we told you that we actually have no way of getting you to space?
Yeah, you totally lied about being
I did a goof.
Quantum physicist.
I
scientist.
made a goof. I'm a goofer. I'm a goofy goober. I made a joke. I'm up.
You done goofed.
You're quite a goofy
All right. So
goober,
if you both will just follow me over here, and then I'm going to remove this giant curtain.
Oh wow! Where did this curtain come from?
Well, I mean, you've been really too busy just yelling, do a barrel roll to pay attention.
Zach, this is really nice velour.
Yep, again, the important thing is not the curtain, but what is behind the curtain.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't. I think is it
I'm going to rip
curtain?
down the curtain, and I'm going to show you what's behind it.
It's a silk curtain behind that velour curtain.
There's too many curtains.
You're really thinking through
it
this.
all counts as one curtain.
Like
No, it's all one curtain.
It's one curtain.
Yeah, it's just the inner lining of. God damn it! All right, it's an R wing.
You know what? Come back to me when you're serious.
There's an R wing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yay! I got us R wings, guys. I even got one for you, Paul.
Man, I hope there's some more curtains in there. Gee, thanks.
That's not Paul. That's Adam doing his Adam voice.
I'm pretty sure that's Paul.
Yeah, I thought that was Paul.
I've never heard Paul speak, but I think that's Paul.
That was Paul.
No, are we sure about that? Okay.
Yeah, guys.
I feel like Paul will have something to say about that.
I don't know. I kind of wanted an X-wing though.
Well, I could only afford an R-wing, all right? Like, this podcast doesn't pay much.
Got it.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, all right.
Must have gotten a good deal on that.
All right, so let's jump in these bad boys and fire them up. I feel like you can't be too hard to drive a spacecraft, right?
Oh, Jesus, Zach. These are used. You didn't even clean them.
Well, I mean, I cleaned mine.
It's like space.
I cleaned Joey's and I cleaned Paul's. I just didn't get around to cleaning
the
yours.
seat.
Yeah, and then we all just like.
Yeah, what a great surprise.
Can
I take one of these curtains?
You just put the curtain on the seat. There you go. All right.
Oh,
there you go.
What was that, Joey? Are you still have your Rumble pack?
All right.
No, I think that was just a drill.
Oh.
You guys ready to take off? We're gonna fly off to Corneria, first planet. All right.
All right. Hold on. Look, I forgot what the controls are on this thing.
All right. Well, I hope you guys are ready. I told you not to bring your guitar in the R-wing.
Sorry. Okay.
All right.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Open the wings.
Oh, cool. All right.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, these are nice leather seats.
One sec. All right.
So you're
Hey, check your G diffuser systems, guys.
Okay.
Joey.
I don't know about the G, but the F diffuser's doing all right.
Joey here. I'm fine.
Paul, check in.
That's good. I'm all right.
Adam.
That's good, Paul. No, I'm not going to be slippy for this, okay?
No, Adam, we said we were gonna be slippy.
You said you were gonna. Why are you doing this?
No, I don't.
Stop partying the kimono.
That's not fair.
Come on, just do it.
That's not.
Get in the fucking costume and do it.
Slippy here. It's all good.
All right, you ready to keep going? I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll. Woo! Oh, that felt good.
Yeah.
That felt good for me personally.
That was
No, it
great.
didn't.
We all did a good job
feel
there.
good.
I
It's
think,
great.
especially Adam.
I'm not gonna
Adam
be the
did a
frog.
great
did a
job
perfect slippy.
being
That's
being
not
a spiritual
no.
animal. Slip a toad.
That's spiritual animal is not slippy.
No.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about
no.
Corneria now that we're flying through it. So first off,
All right.
You would be
finally,
Falco because you're such
I
a
think
jerk.
we're in this.
I think the systems check initially is a great way to kind of get a little glimpse into everyone's personalities first and foremost.
Right.
It's a good way to check your
It's
systems.
also a good
too.
way to check your systems.
Mm.
It serves a dual purpose, you know.
So first off, yes, this is a great way to just kind of show off very quickly, like the demeanor of each of your teammates and of Fox, in a very succinct way. So kudos on that, first and foremost. And then they just straight up dive right into the gameplay.
That's it. You're in.
And you're in. Yeah, there's no tutorial, no anything. But who needs a tutorial when you have your best buddy Conveyance?
Oh man!
So let's talk a little bit about it. No, I broke the goddamn VHS, Adam.
Oh no, but there's another one in the ship.
I didn't even know the ship had a VHS player.
Why does the ship have 2 VHS players?
In case the first one breaks down, man. That's exactly why.
This is why you're the Slippy of the group. Because you watch VHS instead of fly your plane.
Nah, man, he's
This is like an Elon Musk R-Wing. It has autopilot on it.
And 2
VHS
It's still an early 90s R-Wing. Come
So,
on.
This is an on-rails shooter by default. So it's a beautiful on-rails shooter, but it is an on-rails shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So enemies are introduced they're introduced slowly to kind of show you what kind of firepower you have in relation to them, and how it really doesn't take much to shoot down these enemies. So that's first and foremost easy Conveyance right there.
The hardest part is aiming
Yes, but
for me.
Yeah.
That was always hard for me.
the fact that they have a dual layer of like targeting system where they have the depth of the 3D targeting there to kind of give you a sense of where you're going to shoot is great.
It's so good.
Because it's kind of still two-dimensional on a flat surface there, but they give you the sense of 3D depth with that aiming reticle.
Yeah.
And the sense of 3D depth with where the enemy's moving forward and backwards. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through. But there's a slow increase as you go through here with more enemies and an opportunity actually to flex and try out some of the new weapons that you may have. Because maybe when you were firing your weapon, you held the A button too long and noticed, oh shit, what's this thing? My R-Wing's glowing. Maybe there's a lock-on thing that I can do. Oh shit, I locked onto this bunch of enemies. Oh shit, I blew them all up. Oh shit, I was rewarded with a laser upgrade. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This game is awesome.
Shit.
Look at that. That's fucking conveyance in a beautiful way.
Conveyance.
And you're rewarded for exploring and understanding. See, they want you to do that because they're like, good job, you figured this out on your own. You deserve a lollipop. Here is your laser-flavored lollipop.
I think there's also something to point out of I forgot what I was going to
Cool.
say.
How about we get back to that in a moment then?
I just
Classic Slippy.
Classic Slippy.
No, I mean, I was just gonna point out the fact that like you can actually like damage your allies within this, like because I always have like a fun time of just like shooting
sporadically,
like repeatedly. Yeah. And you just can't do that with this because it really fucks you up on the next like
That's
level.
true. That actually introduces.
Yeah.
It's a good segue into the next thing where it introduces the concept that at points during the stage you may need to actually help out your team members by destroying like enemy ships that are tailing them. So it's again another piece of conveyance that you may need to help out your team to help progress them forward.
Yeah.
Conveyance.
My God, we haven't even gotten to land yet, and there's already been so much conveyance.
Right.
Also, there's just something I want to call out aesthetically. First off, 1997, this looks pretty fucking good.
Oh,
Right?
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
they even took the time to,
sure.
like, animate reflections on the water.
Oh, I didn't
Like,
notice
that's
that.
fucking attention to detail, gang. And when you fly down to the water, the water, like, shoots up like you're actually flying on top of the water.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's such a good thing.
like
there's so much attention to detail.
The other thing I noticed is like when you fuck up in this game as much as I do, the enemies like flight paths kind of change sometimes. Like the way that like they might tail your allies. I think they kind of like they do that in different ways. I don't know how they did that in like the early 90s with this.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
hear what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
they could switch up the flight paths.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole point of this game is
They really
the
thought
point of
ahead.
this game is
lot
a
of
lot of
if
like
statements.
replayability and a lot of like randomness in terms of sometimes the movement. But the whole name of this
Right.
game is replayability.
Yeah. Oh.
So let's talk about we've flown into the city now, and there's already new enemy types that they're throwing at you. So you have your fast strafing enemies that you might need to move a little bit quicker to shoot down. You even have enemies on the ground
Right.
shooting up at you. So it's introducing like all these
Striving
different
along.
types of enemies right in succession.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Great. Thank you for the valued input. I will move on in that case if you have nothing else to add. So the game.
No, I mean, it's,
go on.
are we? The city looks pretty nice, though. Wait, is this where I live?
No, we're.
You just
no,
drop
no,
me
this
off here?
is. How do you not remember where you live?
No, I see where I live. It's that one apartment that the that robot is going.
Oh,
to throw.
and you knocked that one. You knocked over. Oh, but you know what?
I just did so much construction.
But
on
you know
that.
what? It did convey something.
Fuck.
It conveyed that some items may have a time limit before they're inaccessible.
Oh, true.
No, it conveyed that I shouldn't have paid all that rent for that.
I mean, that's what you get for having Andros as a landlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so
Well,
shitty.
that was your own damn fault. This is why you're the Slippy in the group.
But hey, we're not here to lament about our shitty decisions.
No. What we are here to talk about is how, again, that concept of being able to, pick up items before they're gone is a great way to convey the fact that you may need to act fast to get the rewards that you want.
Yeah. So stressful.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
But it's good. It kind of adds again to this. This game is like the arcade version of like a home console game.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? It's like if they clustered up all the elements of a good arcade game and put it into a console.
Yeah, that is a good point. Especially with that Rumble Pack. But I mean, there was also like, I don't know, like, how did you guys figure out, like the secret, parts where you get to go through that one waterfall?
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys figure that out when you were first playing this?
I don't remember how I figured out
told
anything
you.
back then. I just knew it. I only remembered knowing things.
But I mean, that kind of leads very well actually into the next thing I wanted to talk about is how the game rewards you for exploring around in the space that you're given.
Right.
So not even just like opening up new areas,
Like life.
but yeah, exactly like life. Exploring around in different areas of life kind of pays off for you in most ways. And the more you know.
Your apartment. See, exploring Joey's apartment, there's a lot of rewards.
Well,
You
Hey,
can, you look.
Hey, it's a secret.
I don't know. I found a drawer that was full of Rumble Packs.
what Joey does in his off time is none of your business. But yes, there's a lot of things that you get by exploring around. Mostly laser upgrades, bombs, or gold rings.
Yeah. Those things.
Some nice gold rings.
But then we have to ruin this beautiful conveyance by Peppy just straight up telling you how to do a few things. Use the brakes, and it says like press C down to use the brakes. Or
Right.
How does he know? Like what's his deal? Why is he gonna say all that shit? That's like Peppy
He
splaining.
used to pilot the R-Wing.
I mean, it makes
that
sense
you
that
are
Pepe
piloting.
explains it. You're right, because he was with the OG Star Fox team, and he probably knows it a lot better than they would. So, canonically, it makes a little more sense that he does it.
Yeah. He's the engineer,
I think he's like the why. I think
Is
he's
he
like
the
the
engineer?
brains. I actually think
Yeah.
Slippy's the engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Slippy's
Okay,
the
fine.
engineer. Yeah,
Joey,
Joey,
you're the
go back to
brawn.
base.
Yeah, I'm the brawn.
This makes
All right.
sense canonically and in real life.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, those of you who don't know, Joey's the enforcer.
Yeah,
of the
we call
group.
him old
That's,
giant arms.
Yeah.
old big old.
If
giant
only I
arms.
wasn't
Yeah,
only
he,
120 pounds.
It makes your arms that much more intimidating, though. It's like
I'm
100
on.
pounds of them are arms.
Gee, yeah, like, damn, Joey, that's each arm is 120 pounds.
I mean,
No, each arm is like
That's
50
great.
pounds.
And then the rest of
my
Joey is
torso
20 pounds.
is 20. Yeah.
Wow, that's
he's quite the sight.
all right. Yeah, I mean that's
He's
that's
kind
why-
of
that's why
terrifying
you're the
when he
brawn of
comes
this
up to
group.
you, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Is that how you threaten people to listen to this podcast, Joey?
Yeah, I mean, it happens naturally. I don't
just-
try to threaten people. It's just people are threatened by me.
You just go up to Zach's parents and flex your arms.
Yeah,
and
they'd be like,
listen to
whoa,
the
okay,
podcast.
I'm uncomfortable.
But he has really calloused knuckles because he has to walk on his hands.
That's true.
No, I think that's because he uses those rumble packs a lot.
Speaking of rumble packs, let's talk more about the video game that we're playing. So there's a few more segments here where it's again, after the whole little, blah, 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 do a barrel roll, whatever, and all that.
Do a barrel roll!
I was trying to avoid that.
Was that it?
And then
did I get it?
It goes back to conveying things. Specifically, like you had mentioned, there are rings on the water that just seem like they're begging for you to go to fly through.
Just begging.
They're begging for you. And then about halfway in, you actually get a message. If you do this, you actually fly through. You get a message from Falco saying, pretty smooth flying, Fox. And then it kind of indicates to you as the player, maybe I keep doing this. Maybe something will happen. And then if you do, you end up getting another message from Falco telling you to follow him to the secret hard boss. As opposed to the normal end boss, which we'll talk about right now because it's just going to take 2 seconds.
Right.
Let's talk about the easy boss, called Grenga's Mech.
Grenga's Mech.
So it's Grenga, and he's in a mech. Grenga's Mech.
That's where
That's how they figured it out. That's the naming convention. Look at them making sense like that. And oh my god, we got to speed up. So it introduces the concept of all range mode.
Press boost.
We're boosting through into all range mode, which opens up an entirely new style of play. Because before it was the on-rail shooter, and now it's become an open space kind of normal shooter in a 3-dimensional space.
Is it like? Yeah, it's like that for every boss, isn't it?
I think
they always do a range mode.
No, not for every boss. I mean, we'll talk about that in a second with the hard route.
Fine.
But it opens up for the easy mode. It starts off by introducing you to.
Did you just shoot down one of my points?
I mean, again, you're Slippy. You should be keenly aware of being shot down. So it opens up.
Slippy's gonna get his day.
Slippy will get his day. When we go to Aquas, you're definitely gonna get your day. When we talk about, but it's opening up new movement patterns already. In the first stage, it shows you that, again, there's this new style of play that allows for a more cinematic fighting experience, I would say. Because it allows for you to do, not just barrel rolls and turns to the left, but you could actually do, full-on, rotations in the sky and, U-turns and... It's fucking cinematic masterpiece of a fight that turns into it's really cool.
Yeah, that when you turn around and do that flip, every time it's yeah.
And it's so cool because you can use these things to turn the tables on your enemies. If you're being chased, you do a U-turn and then get behind them or do a roll, and it's so cool. It's such a crazy thing. All this shit is in one level. We've been talking for almost 40 minutes, and all this shit's just in one level.
Yeah.
I mean, most of that was me screaming, do a barrel roll. So I don't think you could take all the credit there.
Well, you know what?
It's part.
It must have been
at
least 20 minutes.
It was inspired.
So what do you guys think of the barrel roll?
I'm a fan.
No, of me just screaming it into the mic.
The first time was annoying, but the second time was funny.
And then the third time it got annoying again.
Right.
And the fourth time it was okay.
I mean, I'm getting some good feedback on Twitter.
Oh yeah? Okay. If you guys have any...
I think probably because I'm not on Twitter.
If you all have anything you want to tell Adam about, feel free to email us at itsthextream@gmail.com. That's ITSTHEXSTREAM@gmail.com, and tell us how much you hate it when Adam does that, or how much you love it when he does that.
Right. And then be prepared to be banned from the podcast.
What? I don't think you have banning privileges.
I absolutely do.
Speaking of banning privileges, let's talk about the hard route boss, which is creatively called Attack Carrier. And this is just the same kind of on-rails 3D shooter that we are used to. It does not switch to all range mode. All you need to do is destroy all the sections of the ship and then the main body, and then it's done.
Yeah,
it's a classic theme with this game.
Yeah.
You gotta destroy some sort of section. Yeah.
Sectionally destroy something,
hard.
and then it blows up. And then it makes it sound like this. Paul put in a beautiful little sound effect to accentuate the explosiveness. Please.
I really hope it's a fart sound.
That was lovely.
Wow. Thank you, Paul.
That was delightful.
All right. So I think we need to, so Corneria is done. Good job, gang. We did it.
Oh.
We did it.
Wow.
Good.
There is a huge solar system out there, and we have a lot of ground to cover if we're going to get Adam back home.
Well, no, the Corneria was my home, okay? But now,
now we got to find you a new home.
And, yeah.
Yeah, well, we gotta leave home and go.
Also, maybe find you a new apartment that's not destroyed.
Yeah, you know what? There might be a nice apartment for me on Aquas.
Okay, so here. You know
Go
what?
check it out.
I think we got to branch off here. So, Adam,
Take a look at Street
I think
Easy.
Joey, I don't really trust Adam going alone. So could you
What?
could you go with him?
Well, yeah. Where do you?
I don't need the muscle.
Okay, Adam, you come with me to Sector Y, and then Zach could go to Medio.
So I'll branch off to Medio.
And,
I don't like Sector Y. It looks dirty.
We'll meet up in a place. We'll meet up near the end. Okay, how's that sound?
All right.
yeah.
So let's keep in
That's a
radio
good idea.
contact, and let's make sure that we're all there for each other. Maybe spiritually more than actually physically, but let's keep each other updated on where we were. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We have
We also have
radios.
VHS players. Just in case.
Let's
yeah. Sure. You have fun
all
with
right,
your
so
VHS.
let's turn on our radios. Just make sure. Okay. All right, great.
Yep.
Test.
That was a radio sound.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great radio sound.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the radio's working. So I think we can branch off. But before we do that, what?
Zach, I want a studio alcove space apartment. All right.
Okay. Studio
I want
alcove.
half a bathroom.
Like just a toilet?
No. half a toilet.
Half a toilet? The water just rushes out. Well, we're in space. There's no gravity.
yeah. I think that works.
Okay.
And let's find a good roommate for that studio alcove and half a toilet.
All right, I'll keep on the lookout. I'll probably have to get through Medio unless you want to live in a meteor field.
Wait, but how's the commute in Medio? Check that out for me.
I'll check it out for you. But before we go there, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening. It really means a lot that you're sticking with us. And I hope our goofy antics are at least entertaining to more than just the three of us.
Well said, Zach.
So
I
thank
like
you
how
again
you
for
have
listening.
to apologize after every episode.
I feel obligated to, and maybe it's just the Canadian in me, but either way, thank you guys again so much for listening. It really does mean a lot. If you want to reach out to us, there's a bunch of different ways, but the best way is definitely through email. So our email again is itstheextreme@gmail.com. That's itsthexstream@gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you want to talk about.
No uggos.
But we have you, Joey.
Yeah, one uggo is enough.
Suicide by words. But thank you all again for listening, and we will talk to you guys next week. All right?
Bye.
Check the diffuser systems, and we're off.